Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I will be reviewing Knockout City for two different platforms, the Switch and the Series X versions. In terms of content, the game is the same on both platforms, so we will mostly be taking a look at the performance of each, take a look at the bottom of the screen for the source of the capture footage. For those that don't know, Knockout City was released a couple weeks ago by a relatively new but experienced team called Valan Studios. They've only made one game so far, and believe it or not, that was Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, the experimental remote control car come to life game on the Switch. After watching some interviews, their one requirement for a game is to create something completely new. So in steps Knockout City, their second release. Let's have a look. Before we dive into each version of the game, at its core, Knockout City is a competitive PvP online multiplayer game that is essentially team dodgeball on arena-style maps with arcadey platform elements sprinkled in. There are several game modes, with more planned to be added in future seasons, but the core mode is a best of 3 versus 3 team deathmatch game. There are also free-for-all modes and other modifiers, but all game modes are played over 5 bright, cartoony maps that are very reminiscent of the style of Splatoon, and they're all uniquely fun. You can also create private matches or test and refine your skills in a sandboxy training mode. I should note that the cross-platform and cross-progression play is included as well, so I can go from the Xbox version of the game back to the Switch version and continue my character's progression with ease.
Gold team wins.
The game follows the popular season format of games like Fortnite, Rocket League, Fall Guys, or really almost any online game these days. It works well and encourages players to return to the game often, an addicting quality that will help cement the player base. For the most part, I don't mind this format because any rewards either earned or purchased are simply cosmetic and don't affect gameplay whatsoever. I think it also allows the game developers to experiment with the design of future maps and modes, but I do also hope they don't remove anything that works well, which is my only complaint of the season-style format for online gaming. Time will tell what that future brings with that.
Blue team is falling way behind.
As I said in the opener, Valan Studios wanted to create something new, and I must admit they did, and it's really fun. Knockout City is an original concept that is simply the most refreshing online game I've played in a long time. The look and style of the game reminds me of Splatoon, but how it plays, I really don't know what to compare it to. I doubt anyone will get this reference, but the last dodgeball video game experience I played was an old game called My Street, a local multiplayer PS2 game, and I'll show you some footage here. I won't go into the gameplay too much other than just know that all of your tools and abilities are balanced fantastically. The way you throw and try to catch dodgeballs feels great, and other types of dodgeballs that you can collect like bombs or sniper balls, just to name a couple, feel great and balanced as well. The game also encourages team style play that has you passing the balls to one another, rolling up and becoming a dodgeball yourself, or launching your teammates into the air. It really feels fantastic and leads to some awesomely fun and intense moments that you just have to play for yourself. Now, when it comes to the specific platform versions of each game, the Series X version feels incredible. The frame rate is fantastic, the bright graphics and colors pop, lag spikes are few and far between, and it simply runs smoothly. I think I remember playing the first 2.5 hours with not a single hiccup anywhere. The Switch version gets a little more complicated. After playing the Xbox version, I booted up the Switch version on default settings, and I immediately was taken aback. The frame rate dipped below 30 FPS, and it really showed for a fast-paced online game like this. However, after the first game, the game asked if I wanted to switch from quality to performance mode, and my goodness, what a difference. In performance mode, the game's graphical fidelity is decreased, but you get used to that really quickly, and the performance mode specifically runs almost as well as its Xbox counterpart. The Switch version still has a few more stutters than its counterpart, but it only rarely affected my enjoyment of the game or the gameplay itself. Obviously, your miles may vary depending on your setup, connected, or Wi-Fi, but it is an absolute must to play in performance mode if you do stick with the Switch version.
Gold Team wins!
At its $20 price point, Knockout City is absolutely fairly priced, and its inclusion under the EA Originals and EA Play umbrella is a great way to get a solid player base right out of the gate. But in order to keep your player base, the game has to be fun and addicting with new content, and Knockout City is accomplishing all of those things. Both the Switch and Xbox versions are easy recommendations for me, and I could see this game becoming the online game of the summer. It is such a refreshing change from online shooters or other arena games, and it really is a breath of fresh air. Playing online with friends is at its absolute peak here and is very reminiscent of the simple joy that a game like Rocket League brings to the table. Just remember to play on performance mode for the Switch and you will also have a great time.
Gold Team needs one more point to win the match. Gold Team wins! I'm broadcasting this tune from all the way at the top of the charts to everyone all the way down there in Knockout City.